Well, I got another video review for you. So a couple months back, I reached out to Petratools and asked them if they would send me the HD4000 sprayer. And I was just curious to know if it was better than the handheld pump sprayer like I always use to spray the weed killer and stuff around the house. I'm the kind of guy, I don't like to do a whole lot of weed eating. I've always used a pump sprayer. I used to have a little lawn care business, and I always thought the pump sprayers was as good as it got. And I've never had any real problems with them. They do wear out over time, and I've had a couple different ones. I've had the Solo brand and the Echo brand, and I just thought that was the pinnacle of pump sprayers until I tried this thing, and I was really shocked. This thing really puts out a lot of pressure, and it's constant pressure, so you can move a lot faster with this than you could a regular pumping type sprayer that you pump with your hand. I would have never believed it until I used it, and it just shocked me to death. I mean, literally, if you have a lawn care business and you're not using a sprayer like this where it puts out a lot of spray, but it atomizes it to where it's more of like a mist, and I feel like it uses less weed killer. I honestly do. I feel like it uses less, but it atomizes it enough to where when it sprays down, it just comes back up, and it just really worked. It made the weed killer seem to work better than with just the pump sprayer like I normally use with just the little tips that come with it. I've used fan tips, I've used the bigger spray type tips, but this one here, it just seems to work better, and I know it's a hell of a lot faster. With the pump sprayers, you can constantly be pumping and spraying, and you would think that's as fast as you could go. No, this thing here puts out 70 psi, up to 70 psi. It's got an adjustment knob on the side right here. You can see right here that you can adjust it up or down. Now, there's no setting on there that tells you what pressure it's at. I just run mine wide open, so that's the way I've done it the last couple of times, and that thing really does put out a lot of pressure, and it moves like literally you can walk a lot faster with this thing and with it pumping than what you can with a pump sprayer. I'm telling you, it's a lot faster. Also, I feel like I said, I feel like the coverage is just a lot better as well, because it's atomizing and it's like misting, and so as it goes down, it comes back, and it seems like it's getting the back of the leaves as well. And I swear, last time I used it, it seemed like it really did make that weed killer, more effective. So another thing that I liked about it is with the regular pump sprayers, the wand ain't but about this long. And so when you're a tall guy like me, I'm 6'1", and you're spraying down at the ground, half the time when the wind's blowing, you get the spray all over your legs, or it blows away. Well, the one thing that I really like about this Petra sprayer is it has an adjustable wand, so you can take and unscrew this right here. Once you unscrew it, then you can extend this out. Look at that. And then tighten it back up, and then look how long that thing is. I mean, that really makes a hell of a bit of difference, and that might be part of the reason why the weed killer worked so much better last time. But between this being closer to the ground and it atomizing better, I just felt like it did a much better job. I really like this thing. It seems to work really well, and there's a lot of videos for this HD4000 sprayer. It's been around for a while, and it seems to work good. Now, they've done some improvements that I've noticed from watching some of the older YouTube videos. If you watch some of the older ones, people were talking about how the straps weren't very thick. Well, Petra must have seen that, because they've made them a lot thicker now, and these are a lot thicker than the ones that come on my Echo and the Solo sprayers. And then right here on the back of the unit, you've got some padding as well, and it's actually pretty thick. It's like a foam. You can see that it's hollow right there, but when you push up against it, it provides some squishiness up against your back, so it's not hurting your back. And also right here, you've got a carrying handle. Some of the others, like the Echo and the the Solo. They're pretty much the same brand, just rebranded. But those are a little bit harder to carry, you know, because it's got that fold up red handle that swivels. This one here's just got a stationary handle that you can just pick up there in the middle. Now this one here has two different openings, and you've got this one here that's a wide mouth, so if you're pouring, you know, chemicals, let's say out of one of those 2.5 gallon jugs, you know, you can pour it directly in here, or a 5-gallon bucket. It's a wide mouth where you can get in there and pour it in. Also comes with a fine screen. You can see how fine the mesh is on the side, and then a plastic screen is on the bottom, and then it's got the keeper so you don't lose the lid. And then on this side, this is pretty cool. I hadn't seen this on another sprayer before. It's got like a little measuring cup. So let's say you want to carry some spray or something around with you. You could just mix up or just put some spray in here, concentrate, and then just stick it right in there. And let's say whatever sprays in the sprayer there, you run out, you just put you some water in there, and you already have your spray concentrate right there, so you just pour it right in there. So, and it's got a little O-ring so it don't spill out. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'd never seen that on another sprayer before. Now as far as right in here, you've got a spot that holds your spray wand. You just put the spray wand down in there like that, and then you just push into it like that. And then this right here is, make sure I got it turned off, but you can see right there, this is brass, and this is just it's got like a wing nut, so if you want to take it off you can, but if you need to tighten it up you can. Yeah, the thing seems to be pretty well built. If you turn it around right here to the back of it, you can see you've got like a gauge for the battery. You know, I haven't had to, you know, stay on this thing about charging it. Like I said, I've only used it a couple times, so this is not a long-term review, but you know, it does have that gauge on there. And right here on the side, you can see this is your on and off. That's your on and off button. And then when I get it turned on, you can see that there's a red and a green light, and it kind of tells you right there how much battery life is left. And then right there, you've got a replaceable fuse. You can unscrew that right there, and there's a fuse right in there. And then this little piece right here is where you plug in the charger, and it comes with a little charger right here. It's nothing fancy. You just plug that in the wall, and then you plug this end into the sprayer, and I think it takes, if it's completely dead, up to about 8 hours to fully charge this thing up. Now, it is a lead acid 8 amp hour lead acid battery, and they said that it's equivalent to like a 2 amp hour lithium battery, but it might be an upgrade in the future to put like a lithium battery in there, because the battery that's in here, like I said, it's a lead acid battery, and so it does have a little bit of weight to it. And so by the time you put your 4 gallons of spray in here, and then you've got the weight from the pump and the battery, it is kind of, you know, a little heavy. I think it weighs about 15 pounds as it is right here without no water or spray in it. But, you know, I gotta say, it seems like a very well built unit. I have not ran the battery down on it yet. Like I said, I've only used it twice, but the both times that I used it, it still had a lot of battery life left. And it said this thing's capable of spraying up to 200 gallons of spray, so you know, that's a pretty long battery life. But this thing's very powerful. Anyways, I'm gonna quit running my mouth about it, and I'm gonna really show you guys how it works. What I'm gonna be doing today is spraying the weeds in the gravel driveway that we have, and try to get all the weeds and stuff killed out of it. Now, I sprayed it a couple months ago, but it, you know, the spray that I use, it seems to come back, you know, but I have to keep it sprayed every couple months. But it is what it is. Now, before I go ahead and put the water in here, I wanted to show you where the battery compartment is, and then we'll get to going on it. But it's right here on the very back. You can lift up and then you've got a little push tab. You just push it over to the side, and there's that little lead acid battery. And like I said, I believe it's an 8 amp hour, and they've got a little strap with some Velcro, holding it in place. Now, if you ever have to replace that lead acid battery, those things are cheap as heck on Amazon. So if you have to replace it a year or two down the line, it's I think they're less than like 15-20 bucks or something like that. So a battery replacement doesn't cost much. Alright, so I just wanted to show you that it comes with 6 different nozzles. You've got these 5 right in here. I'm not going to go over all that. You can check that out on their website. But I've got the 5 right here, and then the fan nozzle that I'm using on the sprayer now. But right in here, it gives you a bunch of different O-rings and little seals, and then it comes with an extra fuse if you was to blow that fuse. Alright guys, so as you can see, I've got a pile of wood here where I cut a tree down a couple years ago, and I don't really have a way to split it since it's so hard, but I just been spraying around it and mow around it, and hopefully one day I'll just set it on fire. But right now I'm just going to spray it. Like I said, I still mow around it, but this just shows, this is a good way to, show off this long wand and show just how much atomization you get from the pump sprayer putting out that 70 psi, and it's able to get in places where you're not going to be able to hit that with just a pump sprayer. It just doesn't atomize it like this thing does, and it doesn't have that constant pressure because you're always having to keep pumping it. But watch how fast I can go around this thing and really be thorough with it. So here we go. Alright guys, you see I went around that whole thing there in just a couple minutes. It would at least took me, I don't know, at least 3 or 4 times that long to spray it with a pump sprayer. Like I said, this thing just really cuts down the time. So I guess if you're a homeowner that's got a lot of land, or you just don't want to be out here a long time, this is definitely the tool to use for it. And if you're a commercial guy, spraying for bug killer or weed killer or anything that you can just mix up with water like that, I mean, this would be perfect. I mean, it really does work good. And it's about, I think I've seen they're about 270, 80, 90, somewhere in there, under $300. But it depends on if it's worth it to you. Now I did say there is a little added weight because of the battery and the pump and stuff, but for me, I would rather have a little bit of extra weight than to be out here 3 or 4 times longer in this heat. I want to get done as fast as I can, and I want to do a thorough job. And I swear you can spray the spray right where you want it, and I mean, it just does a much better job than with a mechanical pump sprayer. So this would be the way I would use. Now obviously, I ain't gonna throw my pump sprayers away. I mean, I'll use them as a backup if this thing was to ever break, because I'll just be honest, I don't have a long-term review for this. Like I said, I've only used it a couple months, and only a couple times in those couple months. But I gotta say, I am very impressed with the wand, very impressed with the pump. I mean, everything seems to be of good high quality. The hose is flexible. It didn't seem like it was struggling for battery power. It's still got a lot left. And like I said, I've already used it twice. So anyways, if you're on the fence about buying a Petratools sprayer, go ahead and get it, because I promise you'll thank me. And leave it down in the comments, if you're interested in one and you get one, tell me how much you like it. If you don't like it, put that in there too. I mean, literally, I want to see what you guys have to say. But as for me, I really enjoyed it, and I don't think I could go back to mechanical sprayer after using this thing. This thing's got me spoiled. I appreciate you guys watching.